Good evening and welcome back to Real America's Voice Special Election Coverage 2020, Our Republic at Risk. As you know, here we respect your intelligence, we honor you as citizens, and here we provide evidence for what we say. You know, in the last week, the mainstream media has told you time and again that there's no evidence of widespread fraud in the 2020 election.
There are tens of millions of unsolicited ballots without any verification measures whatsoever.
Well, we're interrupting this because what the President of the United States is saying, in large part, is absolutely untrue.
This isn't just dangerous, it's nonsensical. Illegal votes.
Well, I just think we have to be very clear. She's charging, the other side is welcoming fraud and welcoming illegal voting. Unless she has more details to back that up, I can't in good countenance continue showing you this.
I don't know that we have seen the proof of voter fraud in any of these states.
Now, they said this despite serious election irregularities. What they decided to ignore, this team decided to investigate. At Real America's Voice and at Just the News, we told you we will take action. While others complain and criticize, this team went to work. Led by Just the News founder and editor-in-chief John Solomon, Real America's Voice joined forces and they put together a team of 30 journalists on the ground in battleground states to look at election irregularities. Now, this was and is a nonpartisan effort. It is an effort to get the facts. It is an effort to pursue the truth. And it is an effort undertaken in part because Americans deserve to have and must have confidence in the integrity of our elections. Now, the media mantra that there is no evidence of voter fraud in the November 3rd election now faces a real challenge. Several Michigan residents, ranging from a city worker to a former state assistant attorney general, swear under penalty of perjury that they witnessed significant and widespread election tampering in the city of Detroit. And by significant, they insist thousands of ballots were involved. This story and others have been broken by Just the News founder and editor-in-chief John Solomon, who joins us today. John, welcome tonight, and let me begin by asking you, who is Jessie Jacob, and what did she have to say in her sworn affidavit?
Yeah, that's a great question, Eric. So, Jessie Jacob is a longtime civil servant who has worked for the city of Detroit for decades. She was assigned in September to work at in the election centers leading up to and including election day and the day after. And in a sworn affidavit where she risks the penalty of perjury, also risks being fired if she were to lie about this, she testified in this affidavit that the morning after the election she was present at the main election counting center when she saw ballots being backdated, and her bosses were instructing her to do so as well, to backdate ballots to make them look like they came in before the November 3rd deadline so that they could be counted. Now that's a very significant allegation, and what she says is she is confident that thousands of ballots were backdated. But that's not the only misconduct she says she saw. Going all the way back to September when she was first assigned to the election project, she says she saw election ballots going out and having their dates changed. So you would send someone allegedly request the ballot, you would send it out. For some reason, they were changing the record to make it look like the ballot had been sent out much earlier than the day they were actually mailing it out. In other words, they were committing fraud. She has signed this affidavit. It's been submitted in a court case. And when you hear a single city worker say thousands of ballots she witnessed, she was partaking in, she knows were fraudulent, we all should at least pay attention and expect some form of serious investigation.
Yeah, and John, she's also not alone. I mean, in your story, you also mentioned, just in your story, you mentioned a couple of other affidavits from Alexandra Seeley, from Zachary Larson, from Robert Cushman. And again, I'll remind all of our viewers and all of your readers at justthenews.com, those affidavits, you've actually put those out there. Absolutely. So that our viewers and your readers can read them themselves. So tell us, what did those affidavits say, and what else are you learning about what's happening right now in Michigan?
Well, it's fascinating. So the names that you just mentioned, Seeley, Larson, Cushman, they were what is known as Election Day observers. They came, and under the law, they were there as GOP